everybody. Welcome to the Work and Talk podcast. I'm your host, Will. Last week we were in northern Boston. This week we're in Westchester, New York. And before we get into introducing our very special guest, I want to ask you guys a question. And after we upload this, comment down below. But what gets you worked up? For example, what gets you worked up on the job site? For me, I hate when I'm put on a job or pulled from a job after or before someone else. The reason why that ticks me off so much is because I love and take pride in my work. And when we get sent to fix someone else's, you can see where their passion is. So pride for me is very important, especially when it comes to the trades. So why am I mentioning that? Well, as tradesmen, we take pride in all our work, yes. Especially when it comes to working on our own homes. You don't just let anybody come in your house and start doing work. But what I can appreciate about our guest is not only has he been in the trades for many years, he lives by example and as well as worked on my personal house. So I got to work alongside him. So I can vouch on his credibility. He's the one, the only New York Sparky, baby. We have Angel Montalvo with us, and we're going to learn his story today. Angel, how are you, brother?
What's going on, Will? Thank you for having me. There we go.
So, start off. We're both from New York.
Right.
You want to tell us your story, especially how it applies to here, growing up in the Northeast?
Oh, well, I've been on the trade, 21 years so far? Wow. A little longer. I don't count 97 to 2002 because I wasn't in the actual trade. Okay. So that 4 years, I was doing low voltage. I'm not saying low voltage is not part of the trade, but I was doing more of a phone thing.
He's definitely saying it's not part of a trade.
No,
he's definitely saying that.
So I just, back then, wasn't really considered there, so I don't consider those 4 years. But I graduated high school, technical trade school. I graduated with electrical. I was introduced to electrical in 94. But I was introduced to different trades in 94. Electrical, HVAC, auto mechanics, a bunch of other stuff. I fell in love with the trade, electrical, and that's what I've been doing since. 95 through 97, all I did was electrical wiring major, high school, graduated with that. After that, like I said, I did a little bit of low voltage. After that, I did a little bit of schooling on my own because I always been always worked for a private company. So I did a little bit of schooling for myself. I looked up my own stuff, paid for my own way. Saying that, I didn't go to college. Everything was trade school. Everything was paid for by by myself, and that was it. What else? What else can I say? I love the trade. I love electrical wiring. It's awesome. It's very different from what it was back then. From 97, 2002 to now, technology. A lot of young guys out there in the field nowadays. But I knew I wasn't going to go to college. I knew college wasn't my thing. I knew I was going to be a doctor, lawyer, or whatever. My father was a handyman, so he did it all. Electrical, carpentry, plumbing. The gentleman's trade of electrical wiring.
Ooh,
and that's what I did.
The gentleman's trade.
The gentleman's trade of electrical wiring. That's what I did. And I haven't looked back since.
There's some people who doesn't have a father figure in their life, but I do appreciate the ones who do have that father figure where they showed them, they encouraged them. For me personally, nobody in my family worked in the trades. I personally had a lot of friends who were in the trades. And I don't know how it's like up here from Yonkers, but in Queens, we had, when you applied for high school, you had to apply for high school, get a grade to get into that school. So we had a lot of vocational high schools.
Right.
So for me to get into a vocational high school, I had to apply for it, saying, hey, I want to go here as a high school. It's not just a normal high school. So me growing up, I was just following the crowd. I was going to go where my friends were going to go. And all my parents' friends were like, no, you ain't doing that. You got to learn the trade, either a plumbing, HVAC. But the one guy who really took care of me, he pushed me to electrical. So I can relate to that a lot, sure, how cool. they paved that way for you. Because if it wasn't for that, you could have been doing anything else.
It would be scary what I'll be doing right now. I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. My plan was to join the military. So I was going to join the military because my father was in the Army as well. And then my father did mechanics in the military. He was in the Army. He did mechanics on tanks and stuff like that. So he wanted me to go to the Army and join their electrical program and do it that way.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. So I would go in there, maybe apply for a trade or something and work my way off the military base. But the day that I was supposed to go, I did sign up. I took a test, everything. I signed up. The day that I was supposed to get a certain paper so I could get shipped off the following 4, whatever it is, they had lost my paperwork. So they couldn't even find me there. So I was like, you know what? I'm taking this as a sign. There's no military for me, but I'll stay with the trade. Let's do electrical trade. Okay. So I took that. And then when I got involved with the low voltage, I traveled. I went to Dallas, Texas. I moved out there. I did it out there for 4 or 5 years. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so America missed out. Because if you went to Army, we wouldn't have had New York Sparky, bro.
Maybe not, maybe not. I would have been I would have done electrical, though.
Okay.
I would have done electrical because that's always been my passion. I always wanted to do electrical.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No, that's good to know. I didn't even know that, bro. Like, even off camera, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Oh, wow.
So that was my father's push towards me. You know, he told me, he was straight, he was upfront. He was like, you know, I don't think you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that, you know. Okay, so I appreciate that.
But Dad. He loved you. He loved you.
He loved me enough to push me to the right side. The trades are great. So I didn't have college. I didn't have loans.
Yeah.
You know, I paid my way through some trade school, but it was, you paid and there was no loan. There's nothing to, you know, I didn't owe anybody anything. So that was great.
I love that.
Yeah.
So for the ones who aren't used to or don't know how it's like here in the Northeast, especially New York, I know the hardest licenses in the U.S. is New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut. Right. We have that reputation of how the licensure is very difficult. You want to tell us your experience here?
Yeah, so like I said, I always did private. I was with a private company. I never got the opportunity to join the union here in the East Coast. I'm big on education. I believe that even till this day, I still go through Mike Holt's books. I still teach myself. I still learn from others because no matter how old or how long you've been in the trade, you're learning every day. Mm. And I learned a lot from these young guys with this new technology stuff and all this other good stuff. But education is a big thing. My thing was I wanted to have some sort of apprenticeship program. New York doesn't have that. Yeah. I feel like young guys coming into the trade and they could continue in the trade and they could fall in love with the trade. I think that we should offer our young guys something. Join the trade, get an apprenticeship program, go to school, learn the code as you go because the code, again, is always changing. Yeah. Code always changing. So we need to continue. We need to keep educating ourselves. So I wish New York would have something like that to keep the young guys interested. And, you know, with a good pay and at least 5 years of schooling and, you know, in the trade learning because you learn just as much as out there as you do in school in a class. Correct. To me, you learn a lot more out there, but you still need that knowledge. Correct. You still need, you know, why this happens, why is this current, amperage, all this other good stuff. So we need that. Math, there's a lot of math involved. So, so I'm big on the schooling. It's difficult in New York. At one point, I remember New York being in the trade. You had to be in the trade 11 years before you could sit down for your master electrician.
Before you can apply.
Apply. Exactly.
Yeah, before 11 you apply.
Years. Yep. 11 years.
You gave them that paperwork and it said 11 and not 11 and a half. They were like,
no.
Nope.
So you got a lot of guys, me, 11 years. By the time I did 11 years, I was already with a company set, doing my own thing. Why would I sit down for a license? I'm comfortable. And if I need a license, I have a boss that has a license.
Exactly.
I'll grab it from him. Yeah. So now I believe they changed it to 7.5 years, which is better. Yep. Which is nice. So I just, it's been so tough. So I wish every program, every company will offer the young guys coming in an apprenticeship program, something to see if they're interested and they want to learn or they want to stay with it. So
I like that.
That's the thing with New York. But growing up in the trade, I mean, it was fun. It's a lot easier for me now, but back then it was a tough trade. It taught me a lot, discipline.
because before we got on the podcast, we were talking about how when we came up in the trades, it was completely different from nowadays.
Yeah.
You, without name dropping anybody, is there something that you notice that's different from what you see today, people in the trades, compared to how when we used to grow up?
Oh man, okay, so especially
We're not going to name drop nobody.
Nobody,
okay? So no.
nobody. I could, but I won't. No. So let's. We met on IG.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys that I know, IG is huge now in the trade. We got a lot of carpenters, plumbers, electricians, HVAC guys. Me growing up or me coming into the trade, there was no phones.
Yeah.
There was no videos. There was no iPods. Some of these guys, no name dropping, but some of these guys make some beautiful videos. And they show a lot.
Yeah.
But whether you get the time to do the job and the video, because I do it, and I know it takes a lot of time. The editing is not easy, especially when you're trying to make everything look good, which doesn't always happen. So whether you get the time, I remember there was no way I'd be able to carry a phone. And if I did have a phone, it would be a Nextel. And if you guys remember the bleep, bleep,
where you at?
Walkie-talkies, where you at?
Yeah.
I need you here. Come, let's go. But there was no such thing as no personal calls, checking the text messages, texting back and forth, making videos. Like, wow. Like technology and the way we do stuff, and I guess the media, it's crazy. And my question to a lot of young guys is, how you guys do it, man? How you guys do it?
We're just surprised. We just want to know.
How you do it?
No, I can relate to that a lot. I know before when we were talking about, I remember when I first started in Queens, what was the minimum wage for you? I was $8.25.
$8.25. I was $7.50 to $8 an hour.
It was, you can work at McDonald's and make more money than us coming into the trades. So it was a whole different time. So just imagine getting into the trades, getting paid less than you would at McDonald's, and on top of that, didn't have no flexibility. It was, this was the way you have to learn it.
Right.
I remember two things specifically. One was no phones were allowed on the job site. So no phones were allowed. We had to leave it on the dash of the van. You had to leave it there. I would remember saying, oh, I forgot a part in the van.
Yes.
Just to sneak in the van, just to send a text. But even with that text, you couldn't hang out there for 2-3 minutes. No. It was real quick, and then I had to come get a little part and run back upstairs. The second thing was headphones. There was no way. And that's when I started working. I think iPods were like 4 or 5 years, because I got my first iPod when I was in like junior high school.
Okay.
So it was like probably 6 years. So 6 years later, everyone had the iPod, was bringing it to them with work, or everyone in the city was wearing it, and everyone was getting jumped because they had an iPod. Right. So I would bring so it's a completely different dynamic. So
iPods are new to me now. Let me tell you guys, I'm 44 years of age. I started in 97, 2002. So if you were wearing any type of earphones or whatever that wasn't meant for protection, you had a wire. How are you going to work, listen to music on a Walkman, CD player? See, that's my generation.
That was the biggest thing,
You know, how would you do that?
Snagged on something.
Yeah, that's so dangerous to have. Yeah. So I would even think about that. But when, a couple of years back when I seen a wireless, the iPod and all I said, oh, okay. And it's, it's like, what, 10 years old or whatever it is. Yep. But I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me try this out.
That's why it leads me to this last point, basically. It's good that everything changes with time. There's new ways of doing things. We have new technology. But if someone's coming into the trades and they're big on social media, they may see these people, how they're taking videos, headphones on the job site. What do you recommend somebody who's green coming into the trade? What should their main focus be?
Have earphones, music, or you're green. You need to be learning, eyes open, ears, listening. There's a lot of dangerous stuff going on job sites, especially if you work at big sites. Even smaller sites, electrical hurts, electricity hurts. So safety is a first thing. So you got to remember safety first. After that, if you do want to make videos, make sure your boss is okay with it. Make sure you have a partner that might have take a couple of videos here during break time.
Yeah.
Because even though I do it, it's still tough, but I know that certain guys might just do that. Like I said before, I don't know how you get so much done in a day and then you do record or you do so much. Mm-hmm. I know it's tough for me. I know it's really tough for me.
Yeah.
But if you're coming in green, you need to learn. You need to learn, get your years up there, become the best that you can, and then then start thinking about Instagram, start thinking about your pages, start thinking about whatever you want to do. Again, the reason why I started my Instagram wasn't to become famous or get all these likes or get all these free tools or get all this stuff. I did it to make money.
Yeah.
I did it let me put this out there. I get some side work.
Yeah.
That's
how with you.
Right.
I'm like, I need an HVAC system. Shout out to Rob. Elite Services?
Elite Services. My
Elite
man
Services.
Rob. Okay.
So we'll throw his link down below too.
So my thing was I was trying to make money. So I said, what a cool thing. Get a page, put a couple of little things on there, nice little things, have people see it, other people see it, other people like it, they call me, get a job. I didn't think it was going to blow up the way it blew up. I didn't think a couple of years, but like 5 years back, I remember starting the original guys, some of the original guys doing their thing back then. I just wanted to wow, these guys are doing big things. And then when it blew up and I could show what it was and I could show more and I could show, the cool stuff, because I think it's awesome. I think electrical is awesome. I think pipe bending is a craft. I love pipe bending.
Yep.
Like I consider myself one of the best. But I might be a little prideful. But
that's a big statement, guys.
I love pipe. But I remember I've been doing EMT since '97, so a lot of guys out here starting EMT. So I've been doing PVC. I love it. I love pipe work. But again, I did it for side work, and once I saw that it did get me good likes, good amount of followers, got me some free tours. I'm not gonna lie, some free tours came in. I was able to meet great people. Yep. That's one thing that I will never take back from IG. Yes, I met some haters out there, but the people that I have met on there too that still stick around, it's a beautiful community.
I love that.
And like I said, I'm not talking about the haters. I don't get a lot of those, but the people that are there always help. So it's awesome that you could have an IG and talk to somebody in England, Australia, Cali. Shout out to California. You guys doing big things out there in Cali. I love it. I love watching you California guys work. Massachusetts. And it's great because there's been times that I have to contact someone just to ask a question. And the help it's awesome. It's just the feedback from everybody is great. I love it. And I'm always willing to help. The guys, I got people from Chicago that have called me, asked me questions. I'll stop if I can. I'll stop.
I like that.
I'll go and I'll try to help that person out, especially if they're green or they're trying to learn or they're doing side work. I get a lot of those side job guys, and I try to help them out.
Oh no, I love that. And then the two things what I took away from that experience was the one was when you started Instagram, what was the main focus? It wasn't the money. It wasn't to blow up. That was before going viral meant anything.
Right.
So I appreciate because that shows how genuine you are towards the trades. It was genuinely just a passion for you.
Yes.
All these other stuff came afterwards.
Which I didn't know that could happen.
Exactly. It's a whole nother world.
Right.
Do you have a message for the ones coming into the trade looking for, I'm going to come into the trade to blow up, if that makes sense? Once again, it's just reemphasizing the focus of new guys coming in.
Right. So,
what would you, like a nice message to let them know?
We know we show beautiful stuff on IG. It's not always that way. Electrical is hard work. A lot of bad things could happen. A lot of bad things does happen. We probably won't post that stuff. But if you're coming into the trade,
cut like real quick.
But if you're coming into the trade and you want to become an IG, an influencer, I think you're coming in for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
If you're coming into the trade, remember, a trade is hard work. A trade, you give well, when I started, I gave my blood, sweat, literally blood, sweat. I'm 44 years of age and I feel back pain, knee pains, shoulder pains, falling off of ladders, gotten shocked. My hands are all scarred up. It's, over 20 something years in the trade. So if you're coming into the trade, guys, please come in with loving what you do.
Yeah.
If you don't love what you do, you're not going to be happy.
I agree.
You're not going to start making money. You're not going to be a rich man in the beginning. You might not be a rich man later, but there are benefits. There are benefits that comes with it. So if you're going to come to the trade with a good mind, with a lot of confidence and a lot of hard work. Yeah. I know hard work dies out nowadays. A lot of people come into the trade, pull number 12 wire, take chain through a half-inch pipe and talk about, oh my God, that was hard work.
Yep.
No, let's try some 500s and a 3-inch pipe or something.
Yep.
So, guys, it's hard work. And if you love what you do, you're going to be somebody, you're going to become somebody. It's a great trade, I think.
I love that. I love that. We also want to keep focused that we love the trades. The trades will be our ticket. Instagram is a tool we can use to highlight our trade. Let's not have it reversed. A lot of people coming in are now using Instagram as their means instead of the tool, the very useful tool it is.
It is.
Like you said,
it is.
Connecting everybody around the world. But that's not going to expedite the 4 years, 7 years you need to get to where you want to go. So I really appreciated that, brother. The second point I liked what you mentioned was how you can connect with everyone around the world. You told us a story. I don't want to put you on the spot. You want to tell us the story about Right Wire?
Right Wire.
Rudy.
Rudy, my man Rudy. I love Rudy. Rudy, Cali. Rudy is, I look at that guy and I learn from that guy every day. He just posts whatever he's on. He could be doing whatever he's doing. He's just posting it and he's teaching. It's a beautiful thing.
Real time.
Real time teaching. Now, he's not worrying about who he's charging, why they got to know what he knows. He's the man. He's a master. He's looking out for everybody in the trade. From Cali to New York, East Coast to West Coast, Rudy, I think, is a great dude. And what he does is, if I could do what he does, like sit there, do the code and all that.
And he still runs a company.
And he runs the company, man. Like, you can call this guy. To me, it's like he knows it all, and in a good way. If you need to talk to him about how to run the company, how to run a certain pipe or code or something, I think he's the man to go. And I appreciate and I love the fact that he's willing to not only, because he works, takes his time to teach us all throughout whoever follows him. The guy goes, I seen some of his posts that he goes 9 o'clock at night at his shop on the computer, or whoever's sending him, oh, you did this wrong, I love that. I love when you prove them wrong, Rudy. I love that. And he just sits there, he does it. And I think that's from the heart, and that's great. That's great work. That's great work.
And I appreciate it. And once again, I love how Instagram's that tool for all of us. The fact that we can connect with people. I know people are messaging you all the time. So I just love about that. I just love it. Truly, it's something amazing. And I just wanted to bring that focus to it because I feel like it doesn't get enough attention. Sure. Right. Because not saying people are coming into the trains with bad intentions. No, it's just how much more you can get out of it if you just pivot that attention. Instead of the Instagram, you pivot toward the trades, and then you see you have no limit.
Right.
If you go solely focus on the Instagram, I feel like you can get capped off. Okay. And then you fall in the limbo of everything, the comments, the this, the that. But if you focus on the trades, bro, and I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you because you are one of the first ones, especially here in the Northeast. We don't have many influencers, big time names in the trade fields in the Northeast. So I just really genuinely appreciate how you were one of the first pioneers coming into the social media, showing your experience. And at the end of the day, you weren't expecting nothing out of it. No. Everything that came was a bonus. So I appreciate your story, brother. You have any other things you want to?
One more thing about Rudy over there, guys. If you're going to post something, he's going to call you out on it. He has called me out on some stuff, and I appreciate the fact that he called me out on it. I just want to mention one more guy that also I felt like started this Instagram stuff with me or taught me a lot. That's also Chad.
Oof, Utah.
Utah was one of the first guys that I followed, and when he followed me back, I was like, oh, wow, Utah Electric, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And that's a great teacher. I've taken classes with him on Zoom, and he knows his stuff. That's another old school pioneer. That's another great electrician to follow. There's, like I said, there's thousands of pages you can follow, but I tell you what, there's a handful that I would stick with.
And what I love about all of them is they all have the same mindset as you have. They're not looking for anything. They're doing this for fun. So once again, brother, I appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you
inviting me over.
Thank you.